Starring Jones. We're not alive, are we, if we're not taking the others? Gentlemen,
Good morning. It's currently 5 AM and I'm in the Brecon Beacons again, and I've been here a couple of days now because I've been working in South Wales for a couple of days, and I wanted to find a different spot just for a change. So I've been walking around a few of the hills, just trying to find the spot really, but I just kept coming across places that was just people walking past, so they didn't have any peace and quiet. And I didn't finish work till quite late last night, so I was cutting it fine with time, and I was losing light. So I'm actually in a farmer's field here, right at the top end of a field near a wood, and I'm near the Talabont Reservoir. I'm sort of in that area there. Thankfully though, my car's not that far away. It's probably only about half a mile away, so I haven't got much of a walk before I start work this morning. So I'm going to have a coffee, wake up, probably have a bit of porridge in a bit, and then get ready to pack up. I've brought the Lux Mini Peak 2 with me. I haven't used this tent for a while, but I thought I'd bring it out for a change, just something different. And although it's much bigger, as in the area it takes up on the ground, and obviously it's much higher than the Acto, when you're in the actual sleeping compartment, it does feel quite cramped, I think, because the edges are quite sloped up high. Your head's feels near it, and it just feels more cramped in there. So I'm getting Acto withdrawal symptoms, I think, even though the Acto is smaller overall. Now this tent is similar to ones that I see more often on YouTube, which is the Hexapeak. And I would imagine the Hexapeak is quite difficult to put up because the way you have to place the pegs round in a hexagonal shape. I mean, this one's not particularly easy to put up as such, or to get it to pitch right, even though you've only really got to peg the four corners out. I mean, I find the Acto goes up much quicker than this, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'll use this that often. Just if I want to change every now and then. But I'll just show you what it looks like while I'm waiting for the kettle to boil. You see, the vestibule's massive. There's loads of space there. Apologies for the mess. Obviously I will tidy it up. I have the vents open at the top, but the inside of it is absolutely dripping wet with condensation, much more than I've ever had in the Acto. But there's the sleeping area which you hang up. I mean, you could fit two people in here and use it like a tarp, I suppose. And I didn't get wet with the condensation, but it is literally almost dripping down the inside of the tent there, even with the vents full. And the area it takes up on the ground is quite a large area, so if you were pushed for ground space, you might struggle to get this up there. Got two doors either end, but obviously with that sleeping pod there, you can't really use the other door. That's a good thing about using a Trangia, is everything takes a little bit longer, so you just have a bit more time to do stuff. There it is. It's not an expensive tent. Got it off the internet. I'm not sure Brecon.com or something like that. That's where I got it from. It's not particularly heavy. I mean, I've never weighed it, but in my hands, when I'm weighing it with the Acto, it's about the same weight as the Acto.
The Terra Nova left Cardiff on its long voyage, Captain Scott said at a public banquet. We should not have faced the strain of preparation except...
The sun's just coming up now. It's lovely here. It's lovely golden sun. I've got a GoPro set up behind me on like a time lapse. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, it'll come out with a nice clip. If it does, obviously you will see it on this video. So if you don't see time lapse video, you know it didn't come out. It didn't come out too good, but it's lovely. It's a bit of a mist. It's not quite a cloud conversion, but there's like mist in the valley. Looks lovely. Some waterfalls in this area. I'm not going to try and pronounce it, although I am Welsh. I don't speak Welsh, and I know if I pronounce it, there's a 100% chance I won't pronounce it right. So no doubt a Welsh-speaking person will come on and rag me for it. So if you just Google waterfalls near Talabont Reservoir, you'll find the ones I mean. There's quite a few there, all on one river, and it's the main. Apparently, it's the main river that fills that Talabont Reservoir. But I've taken quite a few nice photographs. Hopefully, you will have seen some clips in the video in this film. But it's a really nice area. There wasn't that many people there either. There was a couple of camper vans, and they didn't look as if they were going anywhere. But yeah, it's a lovely area this. I've never been down this area. It's just a shame really, I couldn't find a nice spot. And I did have a good walk around. I climbed quite a few mountains. They're ones that haven't got a name. It's like a trig point on the top of them, but on the map I can't find a name. Whether they have got a name I don't know, but they're certainly not on an OS map. But they're a decent enough size with a beautiful view on the top. I'll keep looking though, I'm sure I'll find a different spot at some point. If at first you don't succeed, lovely. That's my view. You can see the amount of condensation on the inside there. It's literally dripping. Hoping the sun will dry it off a bit before I pack it away. Right, the midges have woken up. I put some insect repellent on last night when I got here, and it stops them biting, but you know they're just there around your face, and they're like, oh, they do your head in. It's not the worst place I've been for mozzies. I mean, if you go in Scotland, you're on a suicide mission there. The mozzies in Scotland, they eat insect repellent. They're that resilient. It's an absolute nightmare. That's why sometimes it's better to go wild camping in the winter, because you don't get any midges or mozzies or anything then. You could always go to a place where there's wind that's blowing a little bit faster than they can fly. You don't really get that problem, but here at the moment there's no wind at all. I've had about an hour of peace, but I think it's time to pack up now and leave, because I don't fancy donating my skin as their breakfast. So let's go. So that's the tent packed up. Now the bag it came with, a green bag, was quite tight. It can be awkward to put the tent back in, so I've put it in this Carrymore dry bag here, which is slightly larger. So it's easy to pack the tent in, plus the tent is currently soaking wet. So although all the rest of my kit inside the rucksack is in dry bags, I keep the tent in the dry bag as well, and it stops the rucksack getting soaked as well. What I'll do when I get home is I'll take the tent out to dry it out. I actually dry my tents out in a polytunnel. I've got a polytunnel down in the back garden there, and I just hang it up in there for about an hour, and then it's dry, and then I repack it up then, so that it doesn't get mildew or anything like that. I had to get out of there. The midges, I'm sure they're cousins of Scottish ones. Whew, they're all over me. I tried telling them I had ginger ale, but no, they were adamant they wanted some breakfast, so I didn't want to hang around any longer than normal. And thankfully my car's not that far away. I'm back at the car park now, so I made a brew before I left, so I've got a coffee now before I set off for work. Well, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye.